So here's a model of how we propose the business relationship between the co-op, projects and services will work. The I3 Investment Coop is the governing body through which the impact economy movement is made accountable. How it achieves impact economy goals, the platform and people it connects with in the process is entirely up to its members and board. In fact, ensuring there's no conflict of interest is imperative. Why I3? Exponential impact. Much like the magic porridge pot, the people and planet returns generated from investments will overflow in ways never expected. How so? Well, because the co-op funds and empowers new ways of sharing that maximise use of skills and resources. The value generated gets continually reinvested in ecological, community-based reform. Because it creates leverage by collaborating participant networks, decentralised currency groups, new economy solution providers, members of community-based projects. That transcends value to the people who help spread the word. And because it connects and distributes conversations and open solutions through a global hub, where all who participate directly benefit economically and socially by getting involved. In being authentic to its intention, while working within legal restraints, the co-op must be organised in a way that does everything it can to ensure equal opportunity for people who want to step up and engage, to be seen and heard. With this in mind, the purpose of this presentation is to share a summary of how we've shaped its memorandum and rules. When I say we, I refer to the 4 founding directors, Michelle Bowens, Warren de Bruch, CM's programmer Eric Howe and myself, and the brilliant consultant Marty Frost. The memorandum provides an overview of what the co-op does. This includes receiving finance, creating investment opportunities, providing loans and investment services. There are 3 ways to invest. 2 of these provide par value returns in a 5-year period, which means at the very minimum the co-op has to return their investment within 5 years. Investors who feel a connection to a particular project but have limited funds can invest as little as $100. Investors who have a little more cash, support our values and want to help mitigate risk of their investments can purchase share options for distribution across all projects by investing anything from $1,000. And investors or philanthropists willing to take on more risk can choose non-par value investment option where there's no guarantee on returns but high potential. With the consent of directors, investments may be transferred to things like registered retirement savings plans and TFSAs, which in so doing may provide a federal income tax credit. The co-op rules. The structure of the co-op has been designed to ensure equal opportunity to engage and be heard, as well as benefit from material outcomes such as access to solutions or surplus profits. The actual rules document is kind of heavy, so here are the highlights. So investments can be tax exempt. At least 90% of members must be individuals of other corporations, and 90% of investors must be members. Membership requirements cannot vary by location. So with 80% of us living on less than $5,000 a year, we have to make them affordable as we can, so just $1 a piece. We may find it useful to charge members an annual fee. Fees can vary across region, so we can charge more or less according to an assessment of a region's ability to afford. General meetings take place once a year, and every member will be invited to attend. The rules around voting take into account that, although registered in BC, this is a global co-op, and some people will be living in some pretty remote rural areas. As such, general meetings are not location dependent. Making it so all members can be heard, anyone can submit a resolution. Votes may be decided by any means that ensures every member entitled to vote may have their vote recorded and that no member may vote more than once. In being fiscally transparent, a copy of the financial statement that is to be placed before a general meeting must be provided to its members, along with any special resolutions, at least 10 days before the set date of the meeting. The quorum of a transaction of a business at a general meeting is 10% of the number of members entitled to vote and no fewer than 60% of directors. Put in simple terms, the membership policy agreement provides us with a way to foster collaboration while gatekeeping the impact economies, values and goals. How it's shaped is determined by members and board and can be changed over time. So the membership policy agreement ensures commitment among common-based members. It will provide a means to assess a member applicants' contributions, so enable the board to determine as and when they may join. So who do we want to join? Well, our target members are impact entrepreneurs. It's you guys. The people who are developing solutions for people and planet-based communication and currency exchange. Project leaders, the people behind the projects in which the co-op will invest. Citizen journalists, locals promoting and generating conversations around projects, helping to bridge communication divides, increasing visibility and access to local enterprise. And impact investors, people who are committed by investing in a prosperous and sustainable future by contributing funds that provide the means for those creating solutions to do their job. In accordance with the Act, there must be at least 3 directors and not more than 9. A member wishing to nominate a candidate for an election to the board must do so at least 21 days in advance of the election. A director may participate in a meeting by means of telephone or other communication medium. No director may serve more than 3 consecutive years, but may serve again after a year of no service. The board will be, the first AGM will be in 3 months' time, 3 months after the incorporation of the co-op. The board will be supported by beneficiary committees. Our priority will be to establish one for investors, the Investment Review Committee, their role will be to provide assistance in the development and evaluation of project impact. The committee will comprise of experienced investors, project leaders and microfinance groups such as Kiva, alternative finance orgs and more traditional financial institutions such as Van City. As the co-op grows, we'll introduce committees for other things like community development and citizen engagement, who will advise on the best approach for engaging communities as well as connecting and managing revenues to citizen journalists. The committee will include citizen media groups such as Internews and Sour World. Marketing and communications, for maintaining clear purpose, vision, mission and guiding principles. Technology and systems integration, who will guide and manage tech partnerships related to both communication and commerce platforms. The committee will comprise of open, affordable design groups such as Engineers Without Borders and Samasource, or alternative energy technology developers such as Ethereum. We could also begin a Sustainability and Corporate Social Responsibility Committee for providing advice that ensures our co-op continues to operate in accordance with its values. Other possibilities include corporate governance and compliance and finance and integral reporting. Expenditures. Other than essential and transparently communicated legal and administrative costs, the co-op will use investments to maintain a liquidity fund. For alternative currencies, it gives to supporters and citizen journalists, those living in the project communities whose conversations around projects will attract investments. Projects. Projects working to create the trickle-up community-based wealth. And the development of local to global communication, commerce and connected services that will help it and so the projects to achieve its goals. Service agreements made by the co-op into a project will stipulate investment terms, including things like investment and negotiated returns. And we'll look at more of that on Thursday. So what's next? Well, we're waiting for the name, but we've got to incorporate the co-op. Create a prototype for the membership agreement. Identify methods for secure voting that maximise participation. Figure out the questions we need in identifying projects that fit the services and solutions the impact economy provides. Determine who and invite those we'd like to see on the committee board. Develop the framework and explore potential outcomes and ways to manage a liquidity fund by initiating and working with a pilot project out on the ground. Find investors to build the co-op's investment pool. And negotiate communication and decentralised exchange agreements. Once established, similar co-ops could be incorporated throughout the world by connecting communication and commerce through the same distributed hub, turned into a virtual commons-based franchise. It's important to note that although the communications to commerce platform being proposed by the citizens' media is specifically designed to serve the co-op's needs, the co-op is in no way obligated to support it. Hence, governance of the impact economy will be maintained through a common allegiance to values and subsequent activities that act as a catalyst for a world where people and planet can thrive. Thank you.